keep mixing it up and getting better. I love that we see new stuff, even if it is way harder than it used to be. And sometimes I read the workout and want to skip. It's great to push us and challenge us.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I love
Got
it.
you.
Thank you.
And we're continuing to get better and better for you. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when I hear this one, I'm glad we're challenging you guys. That's what we aim to do, because if the workouts were easy, then they're not causing any adaptation. I think when I heard this one too, I heard the word skip, and the thought of somebody actually skipping a day is what like stood out to me on this. We don't want our workouts to be so hard that you're scared to come in. We want you to always feel confident to come in. And even if the workout on paper, on the TV screen, just looks to be too much, that doesn't mean that me, Brandon, Michelle, we can't scale the exercises down for you. Because quite frankly, you don't have to do what's on the TV, right? Like that's what we're here for. That's what we went to school for. That's what we got certified for, is to be able to regress exercises to fit the same goal or purpose of the exercise, just break it down into more bite-sized chunks, if you will.
And we can always progress to let's go.
Yeah, all right,
Awesome. All right, let's talk about something somebody wants us to stop doing. Repeating full body workouts every day, only focusing on strength for ego. We focus a lot on cleans and snatches, which are sexy, I'm strong movements, but don't feel the programming is actually building strength to perform those movements correctly, even though those movements make up a large part of the programming. All right, who wants to dig into that one first? Sink your teeth into the ego comment.
Who wants to go first?
well, first and foremost, there's no ego lifting in the gym. We want things done correctly. And it's like, yeah, if you need to chop movement down, that's why we're always there to regress the movement if we need. And with barbell cleans, yeah, we can break it down to where we piece that movement apart, and then to make it more efficient for you.
We don't do ego lifting here. So if this person is really feeling like that's what the focus of it is, I'd love to honestly chat with them. The goal here is triple extension, because we need that big, powerful movement, because a lot of what we do is power. And that's why we're working on those things. And also, I believe it's in respect the process that we talk about checking the ego. We do check the ego, like Brandon said, and we break down the movements to make them more manageable. And we don't do barbell snatches here. We don't do that. We only do dumbbell snatches occasionally. And cleans, we do them specifically for a reason.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll add, like, especially coming from an Olympic weightlifting background. So if nobody knows, I have a USA weightlifting certification, and so you learn ways to break up Olympic movements into pieces. So somebody like this who maybe is challenged by these movements, we don't necessarily have to do like a full clean. We can just work on a clean pull where you just shrug, or a clean high pull. So that requires a lot less technical skill and a lot less mobility too. Because quite frankly, I think what a lot of our members run into is just they don't have the shoulder mobility to get into a proper front rack position, which is one of the prerequisites for being able to do an Olympic lift, like a clean or an overhead squat for a snatch. But like everybody says, we don't even do barbell snatches. So I would just encourage people who are feeling the same way as this person to come approach us about, like, okay, can I break this down into the smaller pieces? I talked about bite-sized chunks earlier. Like we can give you the pieces of these big movements and perfect them before we get to the actual full movement. And then, quite frankly, to touch on Coach Michelle's point, if this just isn't your jam, you still are going to need what she said, triple extension, to be able to jump over a wall on an obstacle course race. That's the mother of all athletic movement.
I'm stuck on the comment strength for ego because I don't really know what that means. Maybe this person has seen or has come from a gym where there's a PR board on the wall and everybody's tracking their clean and their snatch and their overhead squat down to the kilo. We don't do that. All three coaches mentioned the infrequency that we actually do these movements. We do have a specific standard: cleans no more than once a week, snatches in the dumbbell variety no more than once every 2 weeks, and never have we ever programmed a barbell snatch? And if you've ever seen it, it was in a specific strength development day with an Olympic weightlifting coach. To Matt's comments about Olympic lifting, cleans, snatches, overhead squats, jerks, we actually don't really do that. We do a lot of powerlifting. And if anybody ever asks me what the main difference between us and CrossFit is, I would say, well, we do powerlifting, not Olympic lifting. We do obstacles, not gymnastics. Other than that, we're still a constantly varied functional movement, high intensity gym. Because we do we require that all new members go through fundamentals, and we do actually teach you how to do those movements. And if anybody's struggling with them, I would encourage you to pick up any one of these coaches for one-on-one training. Even if beyond fundamentals you need more, that's probably the best way to go. There's also a mention in there about full body workouts. I know we focus a lot on the cleans and snatches. We do full body workouts every day. We'll talk about this more, I'm sure, later as more comments come up like this. But we just want to ensure no matter what day of the week you come in, you're getting amazing workout. And you know, God forbid your goal is to do a pull-up someday, and the only day you can make it in is on Wednesday, and Wednesday is our lower body day. And we're doing calf races and toe stretches. Like, what good is that going to do? So there's a reason. So we beat that one down pretty good. You guys happy with our responses there?
Yeah.